Alright guys, welcome back to the Whiskey Explorer. This is a first time for the Whiskey Explorer. We are uncorking a bourbon for the first time on the channel. So this is exciting, guys. This is the Henry McKenna Single Barrel Bottled in Bond 100 proof 50% ABV bourbon.
I feel very intimidated right now.
You shouldn't be, because this won the San Francisco Spirits competition for Bourbon of the Year for 2018. So this should be a fantastic bourbon for us to try tonight.
I've definitely been a part of my share first, but this one I'm the most excited about.
There you go. Here we go. Let's get rid of this. We don't need this.
The bottling of this looks awesome.
It looks great, right? So there we go, bottled in bond, and we actually have a handwritten, we have barrel 4440, barreled on the first month, second day of 2008. So there we go.
11 years.
10 years.
Okay.
Yep. It's because this would have been released to the shelves in 2018, not 19.
No, 19. I'm just saying it's 2019 now, but I did math well, so.
Here we go. Get rid of this. We don't need that. Ready for the uncorking? Here we go, boys.
Let's hear that pop.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful.
What do we got here? We got a real cork closure, but strangely enough, a plastic top.
That's ugly.
Who does that?
That's tacky.
I
like it.
I like the wood.
I like the wood.
I like the wooden ones better.
I would just say that if we can zoom in on this,
which we can't.
Part of the label, well, whatever. This is really cool. No, but this label goes back to the heritage, and we on
100%.
Vancouver Island have been very well known in history to have dealing with whiskey like this, where it talks about having labels on it.
And so what does
It's back to history.
bottle in bond mean? Bottle in bond is always going to be at 100 proof, 50% ABV. This is scrutinized and bottled under government supervision in the United States. So that means someone from whatever US department it is, I don't know too much about the details there, I'm assuming it's like tobacco, liquor, firearms, is over in this distillery making sure that this is bottled to certain specifications for the market. So that means it's an extra level of quality control. So without further ado, I think we should just pour this, right guys?
I agree.
Let's do it.
I really want to get my Al Capone on.
Let's do it. Let's get our Capone on. There we go, a nice little healthy dram for Brad.
Driving, so you know.
Yeah, so we get a little taster here for Kyle, just a little snort. There we go. And we'll pour a little one for the Whiskey Explorer. There we go. Alright, so let's look at the color there first. Deep amber on that. Deep amber or copper color I'm going to go with.
I'd go with copper.
Copper on that one. Copper color.
I love the color on it.
What we're going to do is we're going to nose this, guys. We're going to taste it. We're going to let you know what we think. And we're going to try to find some tasting notes in here. And you know what? 50% packs a punch. But I love that. I love to see, like, bourbons especially, bottled at a high ABV. Because then you're going to get a full experience of the flavor.
Oh man, does it ever smell good?
So I got cherry on the nose there, boys.
Absolutely. I have cherry licorice.
I've got some dusty leather notes there.
I smell like a smoky.
I've never smelled dusty leather, but
you should sometime. You owe it to yourself to smell some dusty leather.
What's the nose to you?
What do we? So my dominant nose on this is the cherry.
I have the
But
cherry.
then I got the spices. I got cinnamon on there. I got some allspice.
Smoke.
I got some smoke. Yeah, I got some nutmeg on there.
Nutmeg.
Yeah, so like Christmas, I'm thinking Christmas baking spices on this all day long.
Like Grandma's bacon.
Grandma's bacon. It's smelling good though. Should we get into this?
Well,
I feel like we should.
Yeah,
let's give it a go.
No, I just.
I don't think
More nosing?
For me, like I find the smell is very concrete. It's a layered in that sense. I guess I just can't figure out what the layers are, but it smells absolutely delicious.
It does, and there is some sweeter notes here as well.
It's
right?
sweeter, yet strong, yet a little tart. It's tart. I just want to taste it. I honestly just want to taste it.
Let's do it. Cilantro.
Cilantro, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Oh, that is absolutely divine. Oh, hello.
Whoa, that is.
Oh, Kyle finds it a little tough.
That's a little tough.
I mean, that is
I'm gonna
intense.
go with that one. That has a kick.
That has got some bite to it.
Has some burn.
Yep. That is, and you know what? We're going to bring the water over. We're not going to do the water yet, but we know at 50% ABV, this is going to hold some water.
Now,
I suggest
how can you tell that?
So
Just by
the ABV, really. So 50%, I would not put any water on anything that's 40%. Not at all. On 43%, which a lot of scotches, single malt scotches are bottled at, I would maybe put a drop or two. 46%, you can start to play with the water a little bit more. This, at a full 50%, you've had some latitude there with the water. But I think it deserves another sip at full proof to see what else we can find. Because to me, that was quite strong on the first initial sip. Delicious, but strong. Let's try again.
Yeah,
And the nose, so if you nose it again, I get way more toffee and caramel and sweet notes coming out of it.
I'm battling an adjustment period between, the whiskeys we've had previously, and then I got to go to this.
For sure. It's totally different.
it's harder.
It's totally different.
I find it's harder.
It's different.
Right.
The taste is delicious. It's definitely stronger. Definitely.
I do smell like the caramel, like you said.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Spicy. Cayenne pepper on the back note.
I've got my verdict about it.
Let's hear it.
I myself would not buy a bottle of this.
Wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't.
But originally you loved it.
The spice of it itself toward the finish, and no. It is not something that I would put on my shelf.
Fair enough. Very spicy on the back end.
Yeah.
Lots of cayenne pepper, tons of black pepper. It's very spicy on the back end to me.
Right.
And that is going to be due to a high rye content in this mash bill of this bourbon. I can tell, just sipping this and tasting this, we're talking about a rye dominant bourbon. And for me, I love bourbons that are wheated bourbons. So a Weller 12, a Weller Special Reserve, Buffalo Trace, any of those products, they have a nice, sweeter, smoother quality to them. This one packs a punch. This one is a hard-hitting whiskey. So if you're not up for a high rye whiskey, I don't know that I could recommend that one. That's sort of where I'm sitting on that one right now. First impressions. What are you thinking, Kyle?
I think
I'm not even too sure what I'm thinking on it yet.
Not sure yet.
I know it's not for me.
But now, it's time to try with some water. Let's get it in there. A couple drops for you, Brad.
Dip.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, well.
I like a good bourbon, but let's try it. Let's try again. See what we get.
Nope.
So much spice.
Yeah, the spice kills it.
The spice on
I
the
think
end
it's a little
is
too much spice.
For myself, that spice is just it doesn't feel smooth at the end.
it's a whiskey killer.
That's a loaded answer, but it just is not.
Fair enough. I think this one could take a little bit more water.
Yeah, but I think that if you start adding water to it, that's too much work.
Fair enough. And that's part of it, right? they talk about, I mean, other reviewers and stuff, they talk about that a lot. Like, taking a whiskey at what it is without having to change it and add water and play with that. It's like you said, it's more work, right? It's less enjoyable.
You're not doing the whiskey any justice if you feel like, oh, well, it's a little too tough. It's a little too tough. So if I add water, it's not as tough. Well, then maybe when it was made, it shouldn't be as tough.
This is a strong whiskey, man. This one packs a punch.
You know, you start battling whiskey when the way that it comes to you, the way maybe not the same as cooking, medium rare and stuff like that, but you start, really thinking of it, how much water is put into it, how much water is not put into it, does it need any water into it?
So my deal is, I do not like rye.
Rye, so for me, I'm with you. Rye is not one of my favorite things. No.
That's why I'm not stoked on this, to be honest.
Kyle, what do you feel?
It's not for me, once again. But some people there might like it. Some people might not.
McKenna,
it all depends on what you want.
McKenna, overall, what we've said, I guess we would say that it's just not for us.
It's a non-buy for me.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it again.
It's a non-buy for me, but for those out there, for the different tastes we've gone through, absolutely pick up the bottle.
Yes.
And here's the thing. If you like rye in your mash bill, if you like a high rye mash bill, go for this. You're going to love it. Because it's tons and tons of rye spice. Well, guys, you heard it first here on the Whiskey Explorer. The Henry McKenna 10 years bottle and bond. Now, this is one thing I want to qualify. From what I understand, it depends on when this was bottled. From what I hear, the stuff that's pre-2018, so that was barreled on 07, so in 2007, is much better than this barreling. So I think this barreling, we had a tough barreling here. So I don't think we necessarily got the full experience of the Henry McKenna 10, but for me, I wouldn't go out and rush out and buy this one.
Now, quick question.
I agree.
You could have this bottle.
Yeah.
And what if you had another bottle? Exact same one. Everything's the same.
Yeah.
Just a different barrel. Would that differ?
Absolutely.
Taste?
That is the whole thing with single barrel.
That's a great question, Kyle.
That is a great question, and that is the whole idea with single barrel, is that the batch is going to differ from barrel to barrel because they are pulling different barrels to make this bottle.
Okay.
And that is why they say that the barrels that were bottled in 2007 are better than the barrels that were bottled in 2008. We have a 2008 bottling here. So who knows, maybe that's the difference, but for me, I would not rush out and buy this one. Alright guys, till the next video. So long, Chet.
So long, Chet.